Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news broadcast on TayNinhTV with some last events in our province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, at the 39th Provincial Party Committee meeting, they discussing the socio-economic development situation in the first 9 months of 2024. The majority of delegates agreed to achieve and state the targets of resolution number 2024 in the last 3 months of the year. It requires the efforts from all levels and sectors with a high political determination. Concluding the conference, Mr. Winton Tom, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Council proposed that in order to achieve and set the targets of the resolution plan in the remaining 3 months of 2024, the Party Committee at all levels, the localities and units need to urgently review, abolish and issue specialized plans and projects according to the provision of the law on planning to organize implementation in the province. Paying attention to public investment work, implement the key projects in the province, continuing to promote the effectiveness of the provincial special working group to create a favorable and transparent investment environment, support production and business activities for enterprises. Regarding the field of party building, the Provincial Party Secretary suggested that it is necessary to pay attention to implementing the Provincial Party Committee's plan on organizing party conferences at all levels, effectively carry out the work of managing, reviewing and evaluating costs, preparing the personal plans to serve the party conferences at all levels, term of 2025 and 2030. Completing the party development targets, strengthening the management and education of party members, and improving the effectiveness of inspection and supervision work, promptly detect and prevent violations. At the conference, the Provincial Party Executive Committee elected 2 additional members of Provincial Party Committee's Inspection Committee for the term of 2020 to 2025. And the Standing Committee of Provincial Party Committee and Provincial People's Committee have just held conferences to announce the decision to transferring the Standing Deputy Chairman of Provincial Party Committee's Inspection Commission, Nguyễn Hoàng Nam, to position as Provincial Inspector General. On the afternoon of September 30th, at the Provincial Party Committee Inspection Commission, the Standing Deputy Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, Head of Provincial National Assembly Delegation Phạm Hùng Thái, attended and presented the decision of the Standing Committee of Provincial Party Committee to transfer Mr. Nguyễn Hoàng Nam, the member of Provincial Party Committee, Standing Deputy Chairman of Provincial Party Committee's Inspection Commission, to work at the Provincial Inspectorate starting from October 1st of 2024. And on the afternoon of October 1st, at the Provincial Inspectorate, the Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, attended and presented the decision of Provincial People's Committee to appoint the Standing Deputy Chairman of Provincial Party Committee's Inspection Commission, Nguyễn Hoàng Nam, to the position as Provincial Inspector General. The term of office is 5 years starting from October 1st of 2024. And on the afternoon of October 1st, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Committee, attended and presented the decision to personal work at the Tenant Department of Health.
Accordingly, the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee presented the decision to appoint Mr. Đỗ Hùng Sơn, Deputy Director of the Department of Health, to the position of Director of the Department of Health. The term of office is 5 years, starting from October 1st, 2024. Speaking at the ceremony, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc acknowledged and appreciated the efforts and contributions of Mr. Đỗ Hùng Sơn to the provincial health sector. At the same time, he believed that in his new position, Mr. Đỗ Hùng Sơn, together with the collective of carers and civil service in the unit, will promote the spirit of solidarity, building a clean and strong health sector.
And on the afternoon of October 1st, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, member of Provincial Party Standing Committee, Standing Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, and the working delegation visited and worked at the radio and television station. The delegation was welcomed by Mr. Vũ Xuân Trường, Party Secretary and Director of the radio and television station. The Standing Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, visited the physical facilities and the television center and professional offices of the station to better understand the conditions and stages in the production process of the station's broadcasting programs. At the meeting, Mr. Vũ Xuân Trường, director of the radio television station, reported on the current physical facilities of the station. Due to being put into use for a long time, many items and equipments are now degraded, and functional rooms such as the film studios and offices have been utilized and renovated from old rooms and halls to serve the production work. However, the station has always tried and made efforts to develop and improve the quality of its programs, focus on building the teams of capable leaders, officials, and workers, strengthen the connection with the station across the country to exchange and produce the programs. Since 2023, the radio television station has implemented a mechanism as ordering propaganda and being self-sufficient in regular operating expenses. Although there were many initial difficulties, the station has made constant efforts and both to carry out the province's political tasks and promptly serve the information needs of the audience and the listener as well as the people. Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Hồng Thanh acknowledged the efforts of the leaders, officials, and the editors and reporters of the radio television station, along with the difficulties and obstacles that the station is still facing, in order to soon have the policies and the mechanisms as well as solutions to remove them in the coming time. And ladies and gentlemen, with the permission of the Provincial Party Committee, Standing Committee, and Provincial People's Committee, the conference to establish the Tenant Provincial Association of the Elderly term of 2021 to 2026 was held on the International Day of the Elderly, and the establishment of the Tenant Provincial Association of the Elderly has met the expectation of the course, the elderly members, and the leaders at all levels.
After 4 terms of the Provincial Association of the Elderly on October 1, 2024, at the 5th Congress, the TayNinhTV Provincial Association of the Elderly was established. This is a memorable and meaningful milestone for members in the province. In recent times, policies for the elderly have been regarded, such as longevity wishes, longevity celebrations, subsidies, sponsorship, health insurance cards, health checkups and consultations, etc. Among the needs of the elderly clubs have been formed in almost all fields. The association also focuses on protecting the rights and health care of the elderly through medical support and social security programs. In particular, the work of encouraging the elderly to promote their intelligence and life experience has contributed to preserving and transmitting valuable cultural and traditional values to future generations. This is also a common aspiration of the associations of the elderly in the whole country, with the spirit of making the association of the elderly have enough 4 levels to direct and lead the activities of the elderly. It is suitable for current conditions and at the same time is also the work to consolidate the organization of the association, improve the quality of activities of the associations at all levels, have unified direction from the center to the grassroots. The elderly have made many contributions to the cause of building and defending the country. In 1941, right after returning to the country, leader Nguyễn Edward wrote an appeal to all the elderly. Under the leadership of the party, the elderly have made many contributions, and the older they get, the higher their will is. We, the elderly, are a resource asset of the nation, an important force of the country, and the pillars of the Vietnamese family and society. The Congress to establish the Association of the Elderly was a great success. The Congress passed the decision to establish the Association of the Elderly in TayNinhTV province and elected the Secretary Committee of the Association of the Elderly in the province, term of 2021-2026. Consisting of 17 members, Mr. Vương Quốc Thới was elected as the president of the association.
And on the afternoon of October 1st, the National Assembly deputies of the Province, including Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Tiến, Vice Chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the National Assembly, Mr. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy, Deputy Head of the National Assembly Delegation of the Province, Mr. Huỳnh Thanh Phương, Secretary for Royal District Party Committee, and Mr. Trần Hữu Hậu, Member of the Law Committee of the National Assembly, Chairman of the TayNinhTV Provincial Business Association, had a meeting with the voters of departments, branches, and armed forces and relations in the province, before the A section of the 15th National Assembly meeting. At the meeting, the voters commented that the National Assembly should soon promulgate the law on social insurance amended so that the policy can be put into practice. It is necessary to continue to pay attention to salary reform from courts, civil servants, public employees, and the workers, contributing significantly to the work of preventing and combating corruption, and need to pay attention to policies to support the businesses in digital transformation and green transformation also. At the conference, Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Tiến, Deputy Chairman of the National Assembly's Foreign Affairs Committee, also informed the voters about the current foreign affairs work of our party in the state, emphasizing the unique value of Vietnam's bamboo diplomacy in the context of the region and the world, witnessing the fierce strategic competition between the major countries. And in the morning of the same day, the meeting voters of Tân Châu District with Ms. TayNinhTV Thúy, Deputy Head of the National Assembly delegation of the Tân Province, recorded many opinions and recommendations from voters. In particular, the voters suggested that universities should build a collective kitchen area so that the students from distant provinces and cities who come to stay in the school dormitory have a place to cook for themselves, reducing the cost for families in difficult circumstances, and requesting the superiors to consider bringing the examination and treatment of traditional medicine to the commune and district level so that the people can reduce the cost when having to travel to examine and take the treatment for the diseases using traditional medicines at the provincial level. The opinion of the voters have been recorded by the National Assembly delegates to propose to the relevant agencies for consideration and resolution, and will respond to the voters in the next meeting. And for many years, localized flooding has frequently occurred in the Nghĩa quarter of the Thanh World city, and especially after heavy rains and prolonged rains, causing many damages for the people here. After a period of investing and construction, the flood control works for this area have been completed and put into use. However, the joy of the people here is still not complete. As within the flood control scope of the project, there are still some areas that are partially flooded. Mr. Trần Minh Hùng in the Nghĩa quarter, whose house is in the area with the flood control works, guided us along the west canal bank, showing us the drainage covers and manholes of the flood control works. He also said that there are still some places in the area that with the flood control works that are still flooded. When this project was implemented, the people here are very happy, but after the project was completed, the water remained the same because the project did not leave a path for the water to enter and drain away, and building a path for water to drain away but not leaving an opening for the water to drain in, and the water remained the same. And it is an area belonging to Group 1 of the Nghĩa quarter in Thanh World of the city, and due to the geographical location of this area, the area that is locally flooded is located inside. And going from this third road will be completely flooded when it rains, and currently this area has about 4 hectares of land for growing crops that are luckily flooded when heavy rain lasts for a long time. If it rains now, it will be flooded, and the water is very sharp. And the whole area here is not just my house alone, and it is the whole field. And just recently, a survey of more than 10 households were also flooded, and the noodle was rotten. It's made for the cassava trees to rotten, and all the plants and cotton also died. My family has 3 children. Every time I get sick, I have nowhere to go. And when the rainy season comes, I'm extremely sad. I can't go anywhere. I have to take shortcuts, asking for help from this person or that person or the neighborhood. And the people don't think that we don't have a way to go either. It's very miserable, and therefore I hope the authorities above will help the people here to have suffering so much. The flood control project of the 140 hectares area in the Nghĩa quarter in Thanh World city has defracted existing canals according to the current status and added drainage covers, fresh ditches and main curves along the west canal. And the scale of the project is to rest the main canal and some branch canal also. And the drainage covers are rest with the mud or canals combined with placing reinforced concrete covers in the area along the west canal downstream and upstream, collecting the water towards Key 18 Bridge and running through the rain is covered under the West Canal or draining into the Vương Điêu stream, and from the canal is covered under the West Canal at K18 Bridge, running water to the Minh Phủ intersection and draining into Trà Phí stream also. And the goal of the project is like that. However, in reality, the water not only runs partially. How to take the flood prevention project fully functional, bringing high efficiency so that the people can stabilize their lives and feel secure in production and living, and it is the right desire of the people of the Nghèo Quarter, Ninh Thuận wards of Tây Ninh City at present. And on the morning of October the 1st at the Tây Ninh Provincial Youth Union, the Provincial Youth Union Standing Committee held a ceremony to award scholarship for the poor fund and at the same time commend individuals with outstanding achievements in the 2024 English Olympiad contest. During the ceremony, the Provincial Youth Union Standing Committee awarded for 56 scholarships from the For the Poor Fund with a total value of 112 million Vietnam to encourage the students and pupils to overcome difficulties and continue pursuing their education. On this occasion, the Provincial Youth Union Standing Committee presented certificates of merit and prizes to outstanding candidates in the English Olympiad for Student Contest in the province in 2024.
Recently in the province, there have been a number of documents with forged signatures of the director and deputy directors of the Department of Health to notify food safety inspections at food service establishments, functional food establishments, and drug retail establishments in the province, causing confusion for businesses. Recently, the Department of Health also issued a document warning people about this issue. According to the Department of Health, the method of subject is to call the owners of food service establishments and ask to be ranked on zero to receive notifications that an inspection team from the Department of Health will come to inspect and monitor the activities of the business establishments regarding hygiene and food safety. After making ranks, the subject sent a number of documents impersonating the Department of Health to sign and issue, such as decision and notice on the establishment of an interdisciplinary inspection team for food hygiene and safety. The Department of Health affirmed that these were fraudulent information. The documents were fake. The subject took temples and forms similar to documents from state agencies to cut and paste. The purpose was to cause panic and fear and ask the owners of establishments to transfer right money to appropriate. Forging signatures for the purpose of illegal profits is a violation of the law and must be thoroughly handled. The Department of Health requests that organizations and individuals providing services, when encountering cases of fraud and presenting documents signed by leaders of the Department of Health, please contact Mr. Lê Minh Cảnh, Inspector of the Department of Health, phone number 0909 089097. Or the nearest local police, or the Peace Committee at the district level and the medical center of districts, towns, and city of Tây Ninh to avoid being scammed.
And ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of October the 1st, at Thanh Xuân Prison Department of C10 Ministry of Police Security held a ceremony to announce the decision on amnesty in 2024. Mr. Hồ Đức Anh, Deputy Chief Justice of the Supreme People's Court, attended and presented amnesty certificates to the prisoners here. Amnesty is a lenient and human policy of our party and a state for those who have been sentenced to prison and know how to repent, make mistakes, strive to study and improve themselves to become the useful people, especially the useful citizen for their families and also society. And according to the decision, Thanh Xuân Prison Center had 85 prisoners who have amnesty this time, and the prisoners all committed crimes for the first time and have no previous conviction and have performed well also. Strictly comply with the regulations of prison, those who have good rehabilitation and voted by prisoner with 100%. During the time rehabilitation at Thanh Xuân Prison, the staff created favorable conditions to help me during the rehabilitation process and encouraging me to help with my work. and also organize for reintegration classes and vocational training classes so that when I return to the society, I will be a useful citizen for the society. At the ceremony of announcing the 2024 pardon decision of the President, Mr. Holdick and Deputy Chief Justice of the Supreme People's Procuracy emphasized that the pardon or amnesty is only the beginning of the path to the good for prisoners. So the help of the whole community is needed also. I hope that on level sectors, social organizations, business, individuals, and relatives of the families with the pardoned people will always open their arms to create on conditions for the pardoned people to quickly reintegrate into the community and helping pardoned people not to violate the law again. Immediately after the announcement ceremony of the amnesty decision, in order to create a maximum condition for amnested cases to return their localities to facilitate travel, transaction, and administrative procedures, along with the issuance of deposit money, food money, and transportation money according to regulations. Thanh Xuân Prison organized the handover of electronic chip ID cards to prisoners who have not yet been issued ID cards. And that's all for the TTV News today. Thank you for tuning in with us and see you next time.